Prime Minister Modi on Sunday participated in a business roundtable in Limassol, a city in Cyprus, with Cypriot President Nikos Christovoulidis and called for strengthening bilateral cooperation in areas such as trade, investment and defence. The Prime Minister, who arrived in Cyprus on Sunday, addressed business leaders from India and Cyprus at the meeting. While addressing the business meeting, the Prime Minister highlighted India's stable political environment, transformative digital revolution over the past decade, and opportunities for Cyprus to collaborate through initiatives such as the Unified Payments Interface.
हमने ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस के साथ साथ ट्रस्ट ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस उस पर भी उतना ही बल दिया है। आज भारत में स्पष्ट नीति है, उसके साथ साथ स्टेबल पॉलिटी भी है। 6 दशकों के बाद ऐसा हुआ है कि एक ही सरकार लगातार तीसरी बार चुन करके आई है। भारत की डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड और टैलेंट से आप भली भांति परिचित हो और आपकी बातचीत में भी इसका जिक्र हुआ है। पिछले 10 वर्षों में डिजिटल रिवॉल्यूशन आया है, फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन एक मिसाल बना है। यूनिफाइड पेमेंट्स इंटरफेस यानी यूपीआई के माध्यम से आज विश्व का 50% डिजिटल ट्रांजैक्शन भारत में होता है। फ्रांस जैसे कई देश इससे जुड़े हैं। साइप्रस को भी इससे जुड़ने के लिए बात चल रही है और मैं इसका स्वागत करता हूं। भारत में फ्यूचरिस्टिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के विकास में हम $100 बिलियन से अधिक का सालाना निवेश कर रहे हैं।
The Prime Minister also said that India believes in balancing economy and ecology and that it's committed to a clean, green future. He welcomed the Cyprus Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange of India agreement to invest in Gujarat's gift city.
भारत इकोनॉमी और इकोलॉजी के बैलेंस में विश्वास करता है और उस पर हम प्रतिबद्ध हैं। एक क्लीन और ग्रीन फ्यूचर का रास्ता बना रहा है। 2030 तक हम 500 गीगावाट रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के टारगेट को और बहुत तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। ग्रीन शिपिंग के विकास और 2030 तक रेलवे को 100% कार्बन न्यूट्रल बनाने को और तेजी से काम कर रहे हैं। एआई मिशन, क्वांटम मिशन, सेमीकंडक्टर मिशन, क्रिटिकल मिनरल मिशन, न्यूक्लियर पावर मिशन हमारी ग्रोथ इंजन के नए इंजन बन रहे हैं। मुझे यह जानकर खुशी है कि साइप्रस की स्टॉक एक्सचेंज और एनएसई ने मेरे होम स्टेट गुजरात में गिफ्ट सिटी में सहयोग पर सहमति बनाई है।
The CEO of India's National Stock Exchange, Ashish Chauhan, while speaking about the business meet with PM Modi, mentioned that out of many MOUs signed between the two countries, the most important MOU signed is the one between Cyprus Stock Exchange and the NSE, which not only highlights relations between India and Cyprus on the political level, but also on the business level.
One of the more significant MOUs is the collaboration between the GIFT City NSE International Exchange, which is an international finance service center, and the Cyprus, which itself has emerged as a financial service center, to do dual listing, get European companies to list on both exchanges, do research and also do joint development on many products. So it's a great occasion that Honorable Prime Minister himself has decided to visit Cyprus and increase on a broad brush basis the relationship between two countries, not only on political level but also on business levels.
And following the business roundtable with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, business leaders praised the strengthening of India-Cyprus relations. They said the event highlighted the potential for investment and trade between the two countries, with a focus on sectors such as fintech, technology, and renewable energy.
When you get such political support from the Prime Minister himself, I think that's very exciting. I think we have a very old history that we have with the Hellenic world, between India and Greece and Cyprus, which goes back thousands of years. You know, we've seen coins from Greece which have been discovered in India. We have Indian trade with them. So I think the trade is very ancient, and I think now that we have such a great, I would say, focus and impetus given by our Prime Minister, I think trade and business will only grow and increase.
As a bank, we want to promote the idea that Cyprus and Greece could become gateways of Indian companies which want to do business in Europe. We have signed an MOU with NPCI to enable UPI in Cyprus. We have also done the same thing for Greece. And Eurobank is opening a rep office in Mumbai to promote the business between the three countries. We have applied for that in RBI, and hopefully before year end, we should celebrate the opening of our office in Mumbai.
We are presenting 32 opportunities for doing trades, and 4 of them are strategic MOUs that have been signed, which will lead to development, capital market, investor interest, benefit both the countries. The 32 deals that we are talking about is across pharma. We're talking about diamond industry, real estate, industries, financial markets. So it's very interesting phase that we are getting into.
Mr. Modi's visit to Cyprus is a great honor, and it's very important for us as we position Cyprus as a hub between the EU, Middle East and the East. We're at the eastern frontier of the European Union, and Cyprus is the base for many Western companies investing into India, but also is the gateway for many companies from the Middle East and from the East who want to access the European market. And we want to align ourselves with India's ambitions in this regard.
Prime Minister Modi shared on social media platform X, and I quote him here, "Boosting business linkages, President Nikos Christodoulidis and I interacted with leading CEOs in order to add vigor to commercial linkages between India and Cyprus. Sectors like innovation, energy, technology and more offer immense potential. I also talked about India's reform trajectory in the last decade," unquote. And my colleague Shubhendu Ghosh now joins us from Cyprus. Shubhendu, how's the visit coming along? What's on the itinerary on day 2?
Ramesh, good morning from Nicosia, that's the capital of Cyprus. And in fact, standing just in front of the presidential palace in Nicosia. This is the residence of the president of Cyprus, and this is where the ceremonial welcome for Prime Minister Narendra Modi will take place later today. And there would also be delegation-level talks. This historic venue is going to be a witness to that. Coming to the question, Ramesh, it's a truly historic visit. We've been making that point, sending that point across for over 2 decades. In 23 years, first time an Indian Prime Minister is visiting this Mediterranean island that holds great strategic geographical significance. The diaspora is energized by Prime Minister's presence here. In the beginning, we saw the manner in which President Christodoulidis of Cyprus himself in person, which is a huge respect and honor accorded to the visiting dignitary, was present at the airport to receive Prime Minister. These are quite unprecedented scenes when we saw that, and talks volumes about the kind of intimacy that exists between the two countries, both the leaders, the degree of comfort that they share, the degree to which they converge as far as vision for the future is concerned. And that vision for the future is something that these leaders are expected to give shape to today when more formal engagements take place. Yesterday we saw Prime Minister's engagement with the diaspora, with the business community. Today the delegation-level talks will take place, and host of areas in focus, Ramesh, as the two leaders sit across the table.
And talking about the engagements, Shubhendu, what should one expect from the bilateral talks?
As I mentioned, Ramesh, that the two countries, India and Cyprus, look in the same direction in a host of issues of bilateral and multilateral concerns. In bilateral terms, the particular focus is going to be on trade and boosting investment, the beginning of which we already saw in Prime Minister's engagement with this very dynamic and vibrant business community, where business leaders from both India and Cyprus had gathered together. The idea was to really boost the degree of comfort that exists, political comfort that exists between India and Cyprus. The business community should also make full utilization of it. They should be prepared to invest more eagerly in each other's nations and each other's economy. Prime Minister, in the perspective of presenting the India story, spoke about the digital revolution, the transformations that have taken place in the financial markets. And interestingly, a lot of leaders from the financial markets were present in this business meeting, both from India and Cyprus. And UPI could, in fact, if the talks are successful, could in fact be taken up in Cyprus as well. So that sort of connectivity that we talk about, not just IMEC, which is a significant logistics connectivity, but financial connectivity between two close partners could take place. Security is another concern where the two leaders could talk at length. Remember, particularly as far as the sensitive issue of cross-border terrorism is concerned, both the countries look in the same direction. They have similar viewpoints. Cyprus had, in fact, during the time of Pahalgam terror attack and Operation Sindoor, that stood by India in a very strong manner. So very strong statements could, in fact, come of solidarity from the two leaders. Also other areas of renewable energy, clean energy partnership, where India has made important advances. And Cyprus could, in fact, also gain significantly as far as the startup and innovation ecosystem that India has. And for India, Cyprus represents an important gateway, as it were, to the Mediterranean and Europe, even as the FTA, free trade agreement with European Union continues. Cyprus, friendly relations, close ties, Cyprus taking over the presidency of the Council of European Union next year. All of this augurs very well for a very close economic, political, and ideological partnership with India.
All right, we'll leave it there. Shubhendu, thank you. Shubhendu Ghosh reporting there from Nicosia in Cyprus.